stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beach dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
What a rare treat this week. It's a DVD. One of the maybe 2 or 3 DVDs in the bin. And of course, on DVDs, we get extras. And golly, check this out. Pre-movie, we start with a bunch of Disney kids on a talk show set, and they discuss new movies, and they interview Shia LaBeouf about his role in the greatest game of all. How fun would it be to get all these actors and Shia back on the set like 20 years later to do this all again? What does Disney even do when one of their former actors loses their minds? Now, in today's culture, all these companies that have these lucrative streaming services must just be on edge 24/7, waiting for one of their thousands of actors to do something stupid and get canceled, right? Like when Hulk Hogan made a bunch of racist comments, and WWE spent months going through their online content, removing every single Hulk Hogan match and interview. Just imagine the time. Like, does Disney Plus have a similar philosophy? Would they get rid of everyone? I don't know. You know what's not edited? Original VHS. But this week, it's a DVD. Okay, back on the talk show set, they talked to Tim Allen about Shaggy Dog. Quote, "You probably know Tim Allen from the Santa Claus." Well, I think most people actually know him from Home Improvement or Jail. But still, here we go. Lilo and Stitch 2. We start 2 like we started 1, with Lilo not fitting in. In 3 days, there's going to be a celebration. There's going to be a hula competition. The teacher is shirtless. Would that be a thing in Hawaii? Would they make teachers, like male teachers, teach shirtless? Fascinating. The teacher shows Lilo a picture of Lilo's mom winning this very competition when she was her age, like no pressure. The snotty little ginger with glasses asks Lilo if her stupid dog can take a picture of her after she wins the competition. Now the teacher has to go to Lilo's house after Lilo beats up that ginger. Inside, those guys, Peekly and Jumba or something, are inside bumbling away. Nanny tells them to hide. I know it's a meme, but man, Lilo's big sister's thighs are out of control. Like, we wanted our Disney women not to be pencil-thin princesses and look more normal, but not like this. Not like this. The fire dancer David is back. He wants to take Nanny to a movie, but she's too busy. Lilo wants to be in the competition, but the teacher doesn't think she's ready and warns her if one more bad thing happens, like if you beat one more child into a coma, you're out of the competition. Lilo doesn't think she has what it takes to win, but Stitch says they'll do it together. Montage of terrible hula-themed dance ideas. They all watch a black and white monster movie on their TV like it's a real footage, like real movie inside a cartoon TV. They did something like this in the original one where they carried around like an Elvis record, but it was actually like a JPEG of a record. Like they dragged it around South Park style. Now the aliens are having an issue. Turns out Stitch was never fully charged, and that's why he does bad things. They want to fix Stitch. Oh right, because it's Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch. And there's Elvis, like a real picture of Elvis on a map of Hawaii. They do it again. That's something I've never thought about though in the first one either. Like, what's the connection with Elvis and Hawaii? Let's Google this. Elvis fell in love with the beauty of the islands and the hospitality of the people of Hawaii. The islands are a true paradise for people in search of sun, white sandy beaches, surfing, and beautiful nature scenes. Hawaii would become Elvis's favorite vacation destination, and he would enjoy many vacations there. Great. Montage to Stop, Look, and Listen. So much energy using old Elvis songs in these movies. I love it. They talk to Elvis like he's God, and the scene goes on forever. That's funny. The aliens need a toaster to build a machine to properly recharge Stitch, and they make up a lie to Nanny and use this, and this is filler with a capital F, and that girl has a butt with a capital B. David has a shark tooth bicep band tattoo. Awesome. Now we have a side story where the green alien tells David his relationship with Nanny is dying and tries to give him relationship advice, but of course it's bad advice. Lilo and Stitch practice and practice, and they have it down pat. It's time for Lilo to hit the stage and perform as the last practice, and of course it's now. Stitch starts to short circuit. Evil Stitch with glowing green eyes is kind of fun. Of course, Lilo is out on stage dying. Stitch runs out and is a crazy person like Fred Durst. He breaks stuff. Stitch goes back to normal then, and Lilo is right off. Lilo is at home practicing and Stitch is trying to make it up to Lilo and they end up fighting. Nanny tries to separate them, but suddenly David is knocking at the door and he's dressed like a matador. And he tells her she should basically treat him better because he has many female options, and she says, no, you don't. And she closes the door. This is a healthy relationship. Lilo and Stitch finally make up, and she gives him another chance. He promises to be good. She leaves the room. He immediately glitches and destroys everything, like her set, everything. She comes back and is like, are you serious? He tries to tell her that something's wrong, and she goes, I know, you're bad, and you'll always be bad. The aliens finish the fusion chamber. That's the only thing that can fix Stitch. They fire it up and it breaks. All hope is lost. Speaking of all hope is lost, Lilo has given up. She doesn't even want to do the dance anymore. She fights with her sister. They're arguing. Now they're hitting each other with pillows until they fall down on the bed together. And I swear, I've seen this scene in a different, like, non-Disney movie. Montage to a little less conversation, a little more action. Remember the weird music video for this with the soccer players, or sorry, the football players? All right, it's time to perform. She's gonna do it alone. The teacher says he's proud of everyone, and the ginger bully kid says that's something he says to make the losers not feel bad. I'll be honest, I kind of want to beat this kid up as well. Lilo hits the stage, and Stitch shows up to wish her good luck, then goes mad and claws her face, and she has to suck it up and go on stage and dance with a slashed face and smile about it, because that's show business, kid, and it's an absolute disaster. Her dance was about friendship, and it's a disaster, and her face is bleeding, and not like a comical bumbling disaster, like a real disaster, like she just stops in the middle of it. This has weight. I feel bad for her. She goes after Stitch because she knows now something's wrong with him, and everyone's on the same page. They know something's wrong with Stitch. They're all trying to find him. Stitch takes off in his spaceship, and Nanny and the rest of them chase the ship on the ground in their car. The ship flies over mountains, and they watch it explode. Lilo takes a tiny, like, spaceship of her own and flies to the wreckage. They get him into the recharge chamber built with a toaster, and Stitch says he's sorry, and he dies. We hear a gong. That means he's dead. The Reaper came from him. Stitch is dead. He's 100% dead. Everyone is crying because Stitch is dead. There's no Lilo and Stitch 3 because Stitch is dead. They pass his corpse around and he's dead. He's still dead. Lilo says she's sorry, but he's dead. Okay, like I was doing a bit there because I'm like 99% sure he's not actually dead. But for real, if he was dead, Lilo holding his corpse, crying and saying goodbye is about as devastating as you can get in Disney. Like, watching this as a child, not knowing they would never, ever end a movie like this is probably pretty traumatic. And there he is. He's recharged. He's okay. He's alive. He's not bad. Everyone is happy. And kudos to the movie for pulling off a moment of weight after, like, pretty two-dimensional, dare I say, lazy sequel. They really stuck the landing here. Back on stage, Lilo is doing her dance and everyone is helping her. Nanny is shaking her hips next to David and brother better watch out. Oh, there is no crowd. They were just doing it just to do it. There's no crowd. Wow, they really pulled the nose up at the end of this movie. The last 15 minutes made me forget about the rest of it. This was great stuff at the end. Credits. And now a Jump 5 video. Who the hell is Jump 5? Jump 5 was a religious singing group from Nashville, Tennessee, consisting of Brandon and Brittany Hargest, Chris Fidun, Leslie Moore, and Libby Hodges, but Hodges left in 2004. All these fresh faces look so familiar, but I guess they're not. They're like Dollar Tree versions of like Hillary Duff and Jessica Simpson. And that's it.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has.